Thank you guys for watching the Animal One Guy YouTube videos. If you like this video, please leave a like and even comment below. And if you like all my content, please hit the subscribe button. And why not click the bell icon for notifications too? That way you can see all my videos. Give me the ball. Look at him staring at us menacingly. Uh-oh. And now he's perked up. And the eye. What are we doing here? This is part of the rescued, abandoned from a home video series. Why are we in front of Mongo's tank? Well, it's because we're going to offer kale. We're going to feed kale. And I thought I'd go over a little bit because we're going to feed, here's some kale to her. So what are we doing? Food tray. We're going to use this for her. Kale. How do I like to feed kale? Well, we need kale, bottle of water, multivitamin. This is Herptivite, guys. And, oh, there's Mongo. And Kroger Parmesan cheese, grated style. Doesn't it look good? So what's the first thing we're going to do? Well, the first thing we're going to do, I like to rip the leaves away from the stem of the kale. And for Mongo, I don't know how much he's going to eat. So we're just going to prepare some. So we're just going to stem this. There's my new stem. Break it up into little bite sizes, like this. Then I take it, I spray it with the water, because I want it to get a little bit wet. That way it will hold the vitamins. Then I'm going to hit it with a little Herptivite. Just a little bit goes a long way, everyone. And then I'm going to hit it with the secret ingredient, the Kroger Parmesan cheese. Let's put it in here on his rock. And then we hit it with some Parmesan cheese. It's not Parmesan cheese, by the way, guys. It's bee pollen. Why am I using bee pollen? I don't know if I've talked about this before. I know I've talked a lot to like people in comments, and oh yeah, Mongo's hungry, and on Discord. But bee pollen is actually really good for bearded dragons, and it's actually really good for humans too, and bees. Who knew? But it's also a good way to get your bearded dragon, if they've never eaten veggies before, or to get them to eat a new food. Bee pollen can be a great way to achieve that. Yeah, there you go. Because they love bee pollen. So a lot of times people will say, hey, I'm having difficulty getting my bearded dragon to eat anything other than bugs. Because you know what? They love bugs. Bug is like, they're like chocolate, you know, candy, ice cream. They love it. Well, they also love bee pollen. And bee pollen is really good for them. So if you sprinkle some bee pollen, you just get some raw, pure, you know, organic bee pollen. And then I just had a empty Kroger Parmesan cheese. You guys know if you've got reptiles, you're always saving stuff. You're saving containers, you know, you're saving sprinkle things. So the bee pollen, it's just powder. It comes in like a bag, you know, you can get a couple pound bag. It's really simple. And put it in some, you can sprinkle it from the bag, but man, is it much easier to pour it into something like this and then just sprinkle it. So I'll tell you, Mongo used to eat just nothing, just bugs, and that was it. So, and for an adult bearded dragon, that's not good. I mean, here's the thing, guys. You can make bugs work, but it's very difficult because, let me just hit this with a little bit more water now that the bee pollen's on there. But bugs, they're high in fat, so even if you feed good bugs like roaches and stuff, we're going to put this one right up here for you. Oh, what's that? What is that? What's it doing right in front of me? That other piece was really good. What's that one doing right here? Uh-huh. There you go. You can make bugs work, but they're so high in fat. Look at it, he's like licking the pollen off of it. That a lot of times it leads to fatty liver disease. And that's not good. So here's what I'm going to do with him. He had that one piece. This fell out of his mouth. We're going to take his rock right here, and we're just going to leave a couple of these guys right there. He'll see them. I think this one's connected. Let's disconnect it. And he'll come after them. There you go. And that's a real good sized dinner for him. Just waking up from brumation, shedding the top of his head. But so, you know, you sprinkle some bee pollen on, you keep the stuff, and that's a great way to transition your Beardy into something like this. Let us now go, though, to where you guys all want to be. I know what you guys are here to see. Let's go see her. Okay, I was wondering where she was when I came in, because she wasn't on the basking platform, and that is because she is on the cave. Not in the cave, on the cave. Let me struggle as I try to find a spot to put the camera. There we go. A little bit up. Okay, let's see how she does. And with her, we'll leave the rest of the bowl in here. She eats a little bit more slow, and she may or may not go for it right now. I hope she does, because it would be important. Hi. So it's nice and wet. I just, misted it down before I started recording. You can obviously see the bee pollen on there, and then it's got that. Now look at her eyes tracking it. I don't know if she'll trust this from my hand is the only thing. Okay, so she is looking at it. Rather than, oh, yeah, there we go. Or there we tried to go. Guys, look at that. Isn't that beautiful when you see this, guys? Words cannot even express. Now look, there's some bee pollen. It got on here. That's fine. She can just lick that off. And she will lick that off, But she's eating. This is, like a miracle. She's eating, and she's not eating bugs. She's going right to some kale. This is real. Look at her. Look at her mouth. Look at that. Look at the way she's eating that. This is great. Look at her. I can't even express how happy I am. I mean, this is incredible. She's nomming down. And look at her, there it goes down the hatch. I don't know how much she's going to eat. This piece is too big. Rip it in half. Look at this. You want another one? Look at this big girl. Look at her mouth. Look at her mouth slowly starting to open. Hi. There it is. Oh, amazing. This is like a miracle. I've rescued a lot of reptiles, guys. And I was starting to worry I might have to tube feed this girl. Because it's been a while. And I did offer her some roaches. She didn't care for them at all. She did poo like 2 more times, though. I didn't get another camera. Look at her with that sticking out of her mouth. What the heck is she doing? Look at that just sticking out of her mouth. Hi. It's like you're smoking a cigar. You just got some food. You got a little something right there. A little something. You got a little something right there. You got a little something. Oh my God, that's too funny. Hi, you got a little something right there. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I'm coming in the cage for a close-up. Maybe it'll be a thumbnail. Oh, that's a good thumbnail. Look at that. Hi. Let's get out of your hair. Okay. Did that scare you a little bit? That's okay. So we're going to leave the rest of this kale in here. Just going to make sure it's broken up real nice. And it has been. And there she is. And as you can see, she ate and Mongo ate. So because she ate, guys, I'm going to make a post on Patreon. And I'm going to ask for naming voting for her. Suggestions. And then if the suggestions are pretty split, it's going to go to votes. And then majority is going to rule, with final approval. Although I've always approved, as long as it's nothing crazy. But you guys, and I'll do a little brief summary of her story again. So I'm going to back away. I'm going to let her eat. I'm going to close this down. And hey, while we're down here, why don't I show you, because above her, what I've done with Blackthroat number 2's enclosure. We've added a second hide over here, and we've added a big branch, big log. Did he try to climb that? No, he tried to eat it. And we've changed his hide here. We went to a bigger type hide, wider, and then he tried to eat the hide, and he tried to eat this, and some of you smart people may realize that this is Tortellini's original hide that she was rescued in. So we've kind of switched it up, and I moved a larger wood hide over there, so there's now a hide on the hot side of the tank. Kind of moved the log so it's a little bit closer so he can get some more UV if he decides to climb. That's still the basking spot. Put this one over here where he could be a little bit warm, but he could go up there and get to a really cool spot above the water. And then I put this one here because it's not wood. He was splashing a lot, mud and stuff, and you guys know with wood and stuff it gets in there. So that's just a quick update for him. But the real star, she ate, so Patreon's going to get to name her. It's going to be great. I'm now going to make another video on Tortellini's food and go over some vitamin supplements in that video. Alright guys, take care. Love you all. Thank you so much for subscribing. I can't believe we're this close to 100,000 and a silver play button. Take it easy. Thank you guys for supporting my reptile rescue family.